KN Gate. He says, how do you stop mesh? It's a great question. We were just talking about a mesh concept. Let's go out and first we'll show you what a mesh concept is, and then we'll show you a couple of ways you could go about trying to defend against it. So if we take a look, Snug's flip is from these tight sets. You'll most often find what a mesh concept is, but here it is right here. The play is called mesh, and the play mesh isn't a play. Mesh is a concept, right? It is a play, but it's more a concept than it is a play, because you can run a mesh really from anything. So what makes mesh so good is that you have two crossing patterns over the middle of the field, and it forces the defense to pick one or the other, kind of like, especially users. Like a lot of times you might see, like, let's just say that I'm going to go here and I'm going to man up my middle linebacker on Wilson to mimic, like, oh, I jumped that drag. Like, okay, you jumped that drag, but guess what? There's another short drag over here. So it makes it really difficult for defenses to defend it, and it makes you have to have two defenders in that immediate flat, like playing a hard flat to take both of them away. So what are some things you could do? And we talked a little bit about this on last week's show, but man-to-man is usually a really good start, as like a really good starting point to defend a mesh. My recommendation for it would be to play man-to-man, drop one of your linebackers into a flat, and then you aggressively play underneath and take away the other flat. So like over here, I'm over here, and I'm just going to sit over there, and I'm going to wait for the other route to come to me. Because if you take a look at the opposite side of the field, the flat pattern is going to be over there to help defend against this mesh. So if you throw that drag right there, you're going to now have a flat defender in the area. So you can do this by switching this up, switching where you go. So for example, you could play man, the press, you could drop Graham this time into the flat, and then you would aggressively play over here with Jenkins. So now if this time they go, oh, he's going to go over there, now you have him there, and there's the flat. There was the flat that takes away the drag. So I really like that. I like playing the man-to-man. I like dropping the DN specifically in to take away the mesh. You also find that if you play zone and you drop your DNs, they're going to do just the same. But what ends up happening is there might be wiggle room for the mesh, like for the drags, to be thrown right away. Like I could throw it right there. Whereas if I'm playing man, I could have a little more success. I have to wait on that because the man defenders, they have to wait for them to get the sideline a little bit more. But what you're going to see here, again, if you put these guys into flats and then I throw the mesh, the defender's just sitting there waiting for him. Like, like he got around there, but the defender's sitting there waiting for them. So that's how I would recommend defending the wide receiver, Gilgamesh.